Very good day to all of you. I'm Rima from Research Group 27 from the 28th batch, and I warmly welcome you all to our research presentation. Our research is on the topic Knowledge, Attitude, and Practices on Single-Use Plastics and Their Alternatives among undergraduate students of a selected faculty in the University of Sri Jawaharlal and factors associated. A bit of an introduction to our topic. What are single-use plastics? So single-use plastics, like its name suggests, are plastics intended to be used only once. The reason it is a concern is because day to day, our plastic usage and wastage continue to increase. In order to overcome this, eco-friendly alternatives should be promoted. The reason we are doing this research is because in order to bring forth change for the better, it is necessary to assess the current status amongst the population. And by performing this study, we aim to do just that. The general objective of our study is to determine knowledge, attitude, and practices on single-use plastics and their alternatives among undergraduate students of a selected faculty in the University of Sri Jawaharlal and factors associated. And these are our specific objectives. The study was conducted at the Faculty of Applied Science, University of Sri Jawaharlal. It was a descriptive cross-sectional study. The study population were undergraduate students of the said faculty, and a sample size of 322 was used. Our sampling technique was a multi-stage sampling method. With initially, we first stratified our population into 4 batches, and then a non-probability snowball sampling method was used. The study instrument was a self-administered questionnaire, and data was collected by distribution of the self-administered questionnaire via Google Forms to batch representatives of each batch, and thereafter it was circulated among the batches. Data was analyzed using the SPSS software, and chi-square statistical test was used for testing relationships. A p-value of less than 0.05 was taken as the significance level. The ethical clearance was obtained from the Ethics Review Committee of the Faculty of Medical Sciences, University of Sri Jawaharlal. And these are the highlights of our research. Some of our main results are that 60.9% were found to have good knowledge on single-use plastics. 72% was found to have a good attitude on single-use plastics and their alternatives, and 55.3% were found to have good practices on single-use plastics and their alternatives. In addition to this, 70.1% agreed on paying green fee for the continuous usage of single-use plastics, and 82% agreed to change to paper bags instead of plastic bags. 86.2% of the total population was showed a positive attitude towards a government-imposed ban on single-use plastics, but only 52.2% knew that there was a ban in place that included non-medical cotton buds. Under factors associated with knowledge, undergraduates who studied in the Department of Polymer Science was found to have a higher level of knowledge, and urban residents were found to have good knowledge compared to residents at other places. In respect to factors associated with attitudes, females were found to have a better level of attitude towards single-use plastics and their alternatives compared to males. In respect to factors associated with practices, most with good practices were found to be from urban residences, and most with poor practices from rural residences. And the level of plastic was found to be associated with family income of the participants. These are the conclusions of our study. The main ones being that majority of the population had good knowledge, attitude, and practices on single-use plastics and their alternatives. Majority of the population, however, had a poor level of knowledge on microplastics and health-related issues. And only 29% of the population knew the correct color code for plastic waste bins for the disposal of plastics. These are the recommendations we came up with. Since there was a positive attitude towards imposing bans in our population, we can recommend the imposing of further bans, which will reduce the usage of single-use plastics further. And majority preferred to use eco-friendly alternatives to single-use plastics if they were made more available. So we recommend manufacturers to maximize this. As 99.1% of the participants agreed to contribute to convert our university to a plastic-free zone, we recommend initiating further steps towards this. Thank you.